back in the shop with the Pallet Princess. And she's looking pretty good. I already reamed the holes for the pegs. I still have to drill the holes in the pegs for the strings. I installed the little button on the back, or on the bottom, and I put the neck on, and I fitted the nut. And what I'm working on right now is the bridge. And what I've done so far is I have this little contraption here where I can fit the bridge in, tighten it down, and I basically take some sandpaper, I can rub it on the top, and that gives me the correct feet fit in the top. They fit the top real good that way. And then I have to measure, after it's on there, I basically lay a rule and see where I want the strings and how high I want the strings off the fingerboard. And I mark it on the bridge, and then I take this template I have, and I have two, one for violin, one for fiddle. They get set up different. And I'm going to set this up for a violin. Most people play a violin, and if they can play a fiddle, they can play it on the violin. But if you set it up for a fiddle, and the people who play violin have a tough time because they're hitting the strings wrong. But anyway, I set that up, and then I can put it on there, and I can mark the curvature for the top. And after I cut it, then I have to thin it. And basically I want about 1 millimeter, 0.3, 0.4, somewhere around there on the top. And the bottom's 4 something. And they're right at 4. So that's works out fine. And I buy these already cut out and everything, and all I have to do is trim them up, and I just take a little knife, and I like to get the edges of, take the sharp edge off the edges basically. And it doesn't take much. And the bridge is one of the more important parts of a violin, because the strings lay on top of the bridge. You run the bow across the strings. The vibration then travels down the bridge through the feet onto the top of the violin, and then there's a sound post inside underneath the treble foot. Actually, it's not underneath it, it's a little forward of it and centered, a little centered or off-centered. And the sound then gets transferred to the sound post to the back, and basically it vibrates. And people have designed bridges every which way you can think of, but this design here is tried, true, and it's what people do now, and it's been that way for 100 some years. So I think this is what we're going to go with. I don't think you can prove it too much, if any. And it seems to do the job. Trust me, there's been enough people messing with these bridges that if they could do it better, they would. There's a famous bridge maker, Milo Stam, no relation. At least I don't think so. And his bridges are sought after by a lot of people. But that's pretty much, I mean, you just have to take your time and make them how you want them. After I carve these holes down just a little bit, again I take this, and this is a handy little gadget because not only does it have the where the strings go, where you can mark the top, also the nut. I can put it up here and it'll mark the nut for me, and then everything stays in line. And that is just about all I got on this. The next time you see it, I'll probably be adding strings. I have to put the tail gut and put a fine tuner on this, and I have to drill holes in the chin piece and install that. But we'll be stringing this up here pretty quick, and that's all I got. So won't be long and we'll be having the raffle for this one. So you all have a good evening, and I'll try to get this thing finished, and maybe in a day or two we'll show it and we'll see what it sounds like. So thanks for watching.